Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Social Media Today, brought to you by Social Cycle. We talk about all things social media, news, tips, tricks, and hacks to help you get the full advantage of social media. I'm your host, Mohit. Okay, wow. It's been 2 weeks? It's been a very interesting time. In the last 2 weeks, it's been very hectic. I was out of town all of last week. I was in Cleveland, Ohio, looking at some real estate. And this week, I actually went with my family to wine country, and I just kind of hung out, unplugged. It was super nice. Um, but let's go back to regular programming. So I saw on Twitter the other day there's a guy named Jack Appleby, and he tweeted out that Adidas is making a shoe and it's launching it exclusively through Instagram. And like he posted screenshots of notifications. So like on the heart tab, like right of the camera button, that Adidas gave a notification of saying, "Hey, a live shoe drop is going to happen." And it's super interesting to see like what Facebook is going to do on like a macro level because they just control so much of the market share, and Instagram is a great platform for people to make an actual living on. Um, and now they're starting to categorize them and put a priority and basically make it like a VIP. Like you have so many tools because the end goal is to get more ad revenue. I mean, Facebook is all about data. How much data can they collect on you? And ultimately, their whole profit model is to serve advertisers ads. The more eyeballs that they can reach, the more profitable it is for an advertiser. And usually Facebook and Google are the only places that you can actually grab ads. Twitter has been exploring with ads, so it's same with Snapchat, same with TikTok as well, but TikTok is slowly starting to, but definitely I think when it goes to creating like a robust platform, TikTok is going to be very influential. I've talked about how people are actually like not basing their decisions off TikTok, but it definitely is playing an impact in the past. Um, so I'm curious to see the how like new products will drop because if you think about it, like Adidas is launching these just directly via an app. Like it's not on Twitter. They're not promoting it. It's only on Instagram. And think about the consequence of your Instagram usage. You're going to be glued to the app if the only way that you can get it is on Instagram. I liken it like the Supreme method of actually creating a product and going to market because Supreme knows that it's if it controls the medium, like it's only at certain stores, then people will line up. And that's what Instagram is doing. It's like it's gating the access. And it's Instagram already is super popular. I mean, I think what 1 billion accounts have been made. Um, but yeah, it's cool to see more on Instagram Reels. I don't know if you guys saw it made a huge splash on Twitter, I think on Thursday or Wednesday of this week. Um, and basically it's got two places. It's got the Explorer tab and it's also I think partly on your newsfeed as well. And it's interesting to see. I mean, a lot of creators are adopting it, and some of them have huge followings. And does it actually pose a threat to TikTok? I don't know. TikTok is like a different place. The the app is just so like intuitive. Like the For You newsfeed suggested video, it's the UI. All you have to do is scroll up. That's it. I think Instagram does that right now, but it's just not as smooth. TikTok is just oof, it's amazing. But also you have to think about TikTok as it's like a different ecosystem. Like the vibe is different. If you have a vibe check, there's like a corner for people to be like weird on TikTok in their own corner of the internet. it's super easy to go viral. Instagram is a little bit more mainstream, I guess. So it's very hard to slowly gain a following. TikTok can go from like 0 to 1 million in like 3 months. Instagram, it would probably take at least like 9 to 12 months at least. Like 1 million is really hard on Instagram. What are some differences? So Instagram Reels is only 15-second videos, which is how TikTok initially launched. Now TikTok has a 60-second timer for videos. And Facebook too. I read this, I think, where did I read it? On Business Insider. So they said that Facebook has a vast catalog of partnerships with music labels. So like if you tag a song, then their library of offerings is a lot broader than TikTok. So they're trying to beef it up. And it's cool to see because it's like you can take some influence from Spotify as well to see how they partnered up with brands. And I think it's like helpful to study their ways of penetration into music labels if you're like an up and coming artist on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Just a side thought. And let's talk about culture. So the Instagram Reels, from what I've seen, have been copying a lot of TikTok trends. Like there was like the outfit one, which I saw a lot. There was like the Super Smash Bros. Melee one where they choose different characters. I've seen that a lot. So it seems like people aren't super like creative right now. I mean, your brand on Instagram is one thing. TikTok, I feel like, is to get more of like a silly feel. Will Instagram Reels be able to sort of fill that void? I don't know. Like last time Facebook tried to, or like when Facebook copied stories from Snapchat, people were like, oh, it's probably going to fail. But then now, I mean, stories is huge. Instagram stories have become another thing. So, I mean, I feel like right now it's too early to tell. Although overall, I'd say I'm bullish. Zuck like really knows what he's doing. I also read that there was more of an ability to include filters, like those augmented filters. I saw that the VP of product over at Instagram said that the company's going to focus more on that, and it's going to make it easier to create videos within the Instagram app. So it'll be cool to see. I mean, Facebook owns Oculus, and will it be a play to get into VR? Like, will it be more enabled? I don't know. I mean, it's like Mark Zuckerberg wants to keep everything internal. So you advertise on Facebook, you buy a VR headset from Oculus, and you go on Facebook and chat about it. So I mean, like, I'm also curious to see, like, is Instagram going to make it easier for you to go viral? Because to go viral on Instagram is really hard. You can go viral on Twitter and TikTok a lot easier. And TikTok is crazy how easy it is. I mean, if you can identify the patterns, so like if you can figure out what demographic your most viewed videos are coming from, figure out what sort of content they like, use Google Trends, use Twitter Trends, stuff like that. It's super important. Set Google alerts maybe. But identify your demographic, figure out who you're actually going to be making content for, and sort of get into those headspace, figure out what they like, stuff like that. That's my little not rant, but yeah, my opinion. Facebook also had a similar tool called Lasso. They shut it down. It was, I think, 15-second reels. It had 600,000 downloads, and apparently they shut it down July 10th. And I mean, TikTok's become a hot asset. I mean, I think it's been valued between 15 and $50 billion with a B, which is crazy. And it's just TikTok is like a great platform. I spend some time on it. I'd say I spend more time on Instagram, but slowly, like, it's super easy to do it. And I've been thinking, but I've been slacking that I want to create like a Business Guy 12 TikTok account. And I mean, it would probably just be like real estate tips or like personal finance because I think that building a personal brand is super important in today's day and age. Like, you need to figure out how to make yourself be known online. And I think that it's a good idea for you to have a personal website, for you to be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, if you're a personal brand. Um, it all depends. Like, I mean, I feel like being on social media should not be the overall goal, or not like being profitable, excuse me, should be like the overall goal. But it's like, if you're doing something to make money already, you might as well just document some of the internal life. Um, so it's cool because anyone can have their opinion just out there, and you'll just find people who are like-minded. I mean, I've met so many people through Twitter that like I've become friends with. Like the moment we connected on Zoom or whatever, when I saw them on like FaceTime, I was able to see like, oh, we would get along. Like, we had similar mindsets because we followed and we interacted behind digital personas. And to see the human on the other side is pretty cool. Um, but yeah, so back to TikTok. I kind of had a little excursion there. So Microsoft wanted to buy it for $30 billion. It's a good move. Microsoft already owns LinkedIn, so they have all of your professional data and they can serve you ads. And then now if they have TikTok, they'll have the Gen Z and like the early millennial demographic that they can serve ads to. So I think that it'll help them serve help them serve as a threat to Google and Facebook. Um, oh, and does Microsoft own Bing? I think it does, maybe. But I mean, yeah, like, it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. Twitter also announced a bid for it, so the valuation, as I said earlier, would be between 15 and 50. Twitter has historically not done a good job from this, so they bought Vine in 2016 for $30 million. I think Colin Kroll or whatever, the guy who founded Trivia HQ, he had created Vine. So then Vine in like 2015, 2016 was its own special place. Like, Vine, like TikTokers, Viners get paid a lot of money for being super creative with content. And I mean, who knows what would happen if Twitter bought TikTok, because it's such like a, I mean, Twitter has not done a good job, and will history repeat itself? I don't know. TikTok has a lot of places to grow. They just hired, I think, like an ex CEO or COO or whatever of Disney. And I don't know. I think to succeed, Twitter would need to let it be on its own. They would need to serve closer to like a Facebook ads platform, and they need to treat their creators like very well. They need to incentivize them. Facebook has done a great job with that. They're creating the what was it? The, I think it's the influencer brand marketplace. It's coming up, and then they're just serving you ads. It's crazy. But Vine in 2016, if they can recreate that, if uh if you can make money, I think like I read a report of like, I think the top five TikTokers. The first one made like $5 million, and she's like maybe 20, maybe 22. I don't know. But you're 20, like you're under 22, and you're making $5 million from posting on an app, just doing like dances or whatever, doing trends. That's it. Like, it's crazy how you can make money in this world. Um, so, oh yeah, so some Trump talk. He wanted to kill off TikTok and WeChat, which are both Chinese companies, and Donald Trump is just kind of doing this to uh, the Chinese government is going to be spying on our data, and we'll see if it's legal. I don't know if it is. I mean, it's certainly like signaling that Trump is very pro Facebook and pro Twitter. Well, Twitter not so much, but he and Mark Zuckerberg are basically boys. Twitter has taken a stand against Trump, sometimes tweeting allegedly inaccurate facts. Facebook has just not really like given a shit. They'll do whatever unless too many people report it. But Mark Zuckerberg is a fan of Facebook. He realizes that he can make way more money if he gives Trump a platform to like change. And it's nuts because I mean now like either Twitter or Microsoft will buy it. So yeah, it's super interesting to see what'll happen in the next few months. I don't really know. Social media is going to change. Also, if there's any tips that you guys have for creating an online personal brand, I want to do one that's centered around real estate. Maybe something about like my journey in it. What sort of tips do you guys have? Tweet at me, DM me, or whatever on Instagram. It's mighty_Mohit, or Twitter, which is businessguy12. All right, guys, take care. Thank you for listening. This is Mohit. I'm signing off. Please rate us 5 out of 5 stars on wherever you get your podcasts, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher, whatever it is. Thank you, and I hope that you have a great day. Please sign up for the beta at socialcycle.io.